I think it's time for an update on the Glens. Glen with one N and Glen with two N's. Now Dolly, this donkey right here, has a relationship with both Glens. This one is a maternal relationship. She has been the best little babysitter. She's basically his nanny. She's basically his, what do you call it when they like teach you to? His governess? I don't know. Anyway, she's been really taking good care of Glen. And for him being a weanling, you know, just a couple weeks ago, he was on his mama's hip. He has taken it in stride and he's been chill pretty much since the first day. Like after the first day, he and Dolly have been great and he hasn't been overly attached, which was the point. I didn't want him going from one mama to another. Like I wanted her to teach him boundaries and not let him hump her, but also give him comfort. And that's what she's done. And so this Glen, I sold him, so he has a new owner, and he is going to be going to Ontario, Canada, and his new owner is actually on the way here now. And that brings me to my next point is that, yes, she has been a great mama figure for Glen, but she really wants through this gate. She cannot wait for him to leave because she is in love with the other Glen, which, is he talking to her right now? Yeah, he is. He's in love with her too. He's in love with her too. It's mutual. Hi, big guy. Hi, honey. Anyway, she's going to get to go back over there with him after Glen with two N's leaves. Oh? Glen with one N has been hanging out with Dorothy and Blanche. Now, these two ladies, I'm very curious to see what happens because he's been in with them for a couple of months now, through a couple of heat cycles. Neither one of these Jennies have been bred here on the farm before. I don't know how easy it is for them to get bred. I do know that Dorothy's had one baby, Blanche has had none, and I really haven't seen them come back into flaming heat yet. And if they don't, that makes me think we might have. I'm fairly certain that he bred Dolly and was successful because she has had, and she's usually very aggressive when she's in heat, and I know she's in heat when she is. I have not seen any of those signs. I will put her back in there with him just in case after Glen with two N's leaves. But yeah, this little baby boy, I've been so impressed. He's really grown up and been such a good boy. Sabrina, ma'am, I just heard her sneeze. Do you see the drop off? Girl, we're living life on the edge, aren't we? Why do you have to choose there to nap, hun? Okay, well, I'm going to end y'all with how handsome Glen is. I cannot wait to see what he does with his new owner. She plans on showing him. She's trying to figure out a registered name for him right now. So if you want to go help her out on her page, her name is Amanda Adams. Now she's coming to pick him up while I'm at a horse show. I'm going to try to come over here and meet her. But if it's while I'm showing, then I might not have firsthand video. But regardless, he's going into this voyage the most chill and serene he possibly could. And as for these two ladies, let me know. Do you think Glen has got them? I mean, Dorothy looks like he got her about 11 months ago, but we know he didn't. So stay tuned for more updates. This week, Kennedy and I are showing at the Roan World Show, and today's our first practice day. So let's go for a little ride. We thought ahead this time. We actually planned things out. We have a stall that's a nice little tack stall. And then because Walter's sister decided to get injured, he got her place. So Walter, he didn't even know that a world existed outside of the farm. So this is blowing his little mind. So before I tell you about the Roan World Show, I'm gonna need to tell you, you're gonna wanna stay till the end of the video, okay? So the horse show that I'm at this week is a combination of a regular AQHA show, just like normal, where we'll show everything twice. So I'm pretty much only showing the Western Pleasure, but then they have some classes that are the American Roan Horse Association World Show. So this is their world championship show for roan horses that are registered within the Roan Horse Association. Now there's also a futurity that is called Roans to Riches, which both of my stallions are enrolled in. So any stallions who enroll within the Roans to Riches futurity, their foals can show in these futurity classes, whether they're roan or not. To me, it's exciting because it just adds a little pizzazz to the horse show. We're still going to show in the regular Western pleasure classes as well. Here you'll see I'm just moving Kennedy's hip around, her front end around, kind of isolating her hip from her front end and just getting her off of my leg and getting her to listen to me. This is the first day at the horse show, which generally means she's going to be nice and fresh. She's going to be kind of energetic. When she's energetic, it doesn't mean she's going to run. It just means she's not going to listen. That's the best way to explain it. Kennedy's energetic just means like ADHD full force. And she just gets distracted and she just gets to where she's not zoned in, right? So she got ridden a couple times today by Stephanie, by me, and a little twist, a little plot twist, a little bit of a collaboration, a little bit of a episode crossover. Taft Dickerson, who is an esteemed Western pleasure trainer in AQHA, APHA. He's been doing a little bit of everything these days. He's got a Palomino, he's got an Appaloosa, he's got a little bit of everything. He is a fantastic trainer, and he, as he was loping by, was like, hey, just so you know, I don't have a roan horse for the senior Western pleasure. And I was like, are you for real? And he was like, I don't know. But let me tell you, as soon as I said, well, hop on her, he was off of his horse within 0.2 seconds. And then he got a little camera shy with the lope off. He was like, please don't let my trainer friends make fun of me when I lope this mare off. So to respect him, I cut his lope off out, even though it wasn't that bad. And when I say not that bad, he made her look freaking awesome. He made Kennedy look great. And she's a very difficult, weird horse. We did make fun of him from the ground a little bit just because the man needs humbling. But Kennedy is not an easy horse just to hop on and go and figure out. And so I thought he did a fantastic job. So, jokes aside, for those that don't know, Taft does own Bobby, one of my 2026 foals, the daughter of Ricky. He is who I bought Ricky from, and he is who took Ricky to all of her championships, whether it be at the NSBA World or the Congress. Like, he's had quite the career. And so for him to be like, can I hop on Kennedy? I was like, absolutely, of course you can. After he took a couple of laps on her, though, he realized what a weirdo she is. And so that's when his hand signals started coming out. If you don't watch his page, apparently his hand signals are legendary. And so you'll see here in a second, he was trying to tell us how he thought in his brain he needed to ride her. And it didn't make sense. I'm not going to lie. It didn't make sense at all. But it made sense to Taft. And that's all that matters. So if you think Taft should show Kennedy in the senior pleasure at the roan world, let me know. Let me know if you think he needs to just take a little whack at it, and we'll see if it happens or not.